Even if it's a little bit, everything matters because in the future game you would not repeating the mistake. Okay, this is not a problem. Let me toggle off the whole lines and things, and we'll be putting the engine back when we having doubts about the things we've played. So you are being white here. Okay, let me tell you something, Nick. When the other guy played f6, this is a bad move. Very bad move. Just consider, Nick, a bishop on c4 and the queen on h5 in principle. So bishop c4 will not allow your opponent to castle for the time being. So this is an incredibly weakening move. Never move the f pawn unless you guys playing Fischer random things. 960. You don't do f6. This is not the kind of structure you want to have because the bishop on c4 will be the nightmare of your game. So don't do that. I know you didn't do it, the other guy did it, but I want to see if you actually took advantage. I don't necessarily think you should be taking here at the minute. I think you should be getting more stuff into the game. Like bishop c4. Let me see if the engine agrees. D4, knight f3, bishop c4. Yeah, now it's become the first line of the engine. That's exactly what I said. So, Nick, you need to activate. When you start playing this kind of king's gambits kind of structure, forget about the pawn on e5. You don't want to take, you're wasting tempos. You got to get your stuff active, Nick. Knight f3, bishop c4 are paramount. I hope you're there. You there? Okay, cool. So you took. The guy didn't take. He wasted another tempo. That's another bad move. That gives you the opportunity, Nick, to just simply play bishop c4. Did you? No, we don't want to do this. Let me give you a reason why you shouldn't take on f6, Nick. You shouldn't, because you're actually helping the other guy to activate his knight with tempo, thus preventing you in the future to check with the queen on h5. So you're actually helping your opponent to develop his pieces. You there, Nick? You follow? Yeah, that's nothing bad. That's nothing bad. But don't help the other guy to develop his pieces, Nick. That's the idea. Oh man, he should have taken with the knight, not with the pawn. What is this guy doing? Right. If I were in your place, Nick, I would go with the queen immediately on h5. Did you play that? No, you didn't. Right. So, Nick, this diagonal is incredibly dangerous for your opponent. Now, if you had just placed queen to h5, king would be checked. They would have to move. No more castling. No more castling for your opponent. And they're doing very badly. And if I am to just mention bishop to c4 combined with the queen on h5, that would be disaster for your opponent. So if you hit them on f7, they got a big, big problem on their hands. Then they're going to migrate over to d6. You're going to play maybe the other pawn. You're going to check. This is a mess for your opponent. You should have executed the guy with queen to h5. Yeah. Knight f3. Okay, so now you let the guy getting his stuff out. d4. That's not a bad thing in itself. c5. Okay. What would I play here myself? I would still think about playing this guy because I want to castle the king and actually place my rook on the same file with this guy and then pushing forward. I think bishop e3 is also to being considered, I guess. No, sorry, let me think. Um, Bishop e2, I really want to play also knight d5. I mean, there are so many good opportunities here. I don't know which one is the best. If I do this, they will be taking. So, yeah, I don't know. Um, so probably bishop e2, bishop c4, bishop b5, bishop c4 probably. No, that's not the stuff you want to do. And let me give you a reason why. If you do d5, you would encourage this guy to moving the pawn down, and then the whole bishop will be stopping your king from castling, Nick. So that's not the reason you actually don't want to do this kind of things. So you should have played probably bishop c4, bishop e3. Let me see if the computer agrees. Yeah, look at this one. So yeah, again, bishop c4, Bishop f4, says the engine. And bishop d3, but that's too passive to my taste. So I would most definitely go bishop c4 because I want to castle my king, so to speak. So there you go. Yeah, no, that's not a good one. This is in itself quite a little bit scary. You gotta just, I mean, not the end of the world. Probably you can't castle though. Not as long as this guy is here. I reckon, Nick, that you might be able to do something like knight a4 and maybe perhaps getting rid of the bishop. I don't know in which order, when exactly, but okay. Anyways, you could take the pawn, and you should take the pawn straight away. Did you take it? Nah, you gotta take this guy. You've got to take this guy on c4. Bishop takes c4. Didn't they say that? The engine says d6. Oh yeah, that's nice because it allows you then to play knight to d5, use it, taking advantage of the outpost. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got a little bit of a thing here. You got to consider what I would say to do: either queen e2, one, or bishop g3. I mean, that's the only thing that I'm considering here. Probably queen to e2 because I want a castle. Okay, I'm saying it. I'm saying it again. I want a castle. Queen e2. Not mentioning that there is also knight a4 in the cards for you, Nick. And I think it looks good. I think again, if you play now queen e2, you should be better. Let me see what the engine says. Queen e2, there you go. Bishop g3, there you go. I've said that. I've said both of them. Queen e2, bishop g3. So that's exactly what you are meant to play here. Yeah, okay, we'll do this one. We'll do the game with you, and then we'll. No, that's not the stuff you want to play. Okay, we're gonna stop it here now. The analysis of this game, Nick, because now you just blundered here a full piece. Queen takes, knight takes, bishop takes. This is it. You're down a minor piece here, and it's going down.